Hey, Eagle Run 23 here. Today we're going to review the Beretta CX4 Storm 9mm carbine. Alright, so this is the Beretta CX4 Storm. This model here is one that's available on classicfirearms.com. It is actually a surplus rifle. These were, I believe, designated for the Russian military, and thusly it has a 4 or 5 inch longer barrel than the one that was originally available here in the United States. So a couple things I love about this gun are the ergonomics. It feels super comfortable. It's just a great shooting gun. It has a great feel to it. They really did a good job in putting it all together. And there's no adjustability here, which may concern you. But for me, I found that I'm over six. I'm 6'3", and so I thought I might be a little short here, and it is. I got kind of scrunch up on it, but shooting with the iron sights here that they have, they're not iron, but polymer sights here that they have, to be quite accurate and easy to maneuver. Chambering rounds, dropping the bolt here, the mag release, it's all very ergonomic, and it's very easy to use. Just grabbing the gun, it is a plastic gun, but it feels great. It just really feels good when you put it to your shoulder. It just almost makes you smile, and it's the ergonomics are right on this gun. So all right, so I've shot several little videos on this gun since I bought it, and trying to do a review on it, and I just haven't been able to do anything that's done the gun justice. And so I want to just kind of outline a few reasons as to why I bought this gun. I'm not a gun collector, and I don't have any guns that don't have a job. At first, I thought maybe I wanted this gun because I thought it was cool, and I thought it would be fun to shoot at the range, which it is. I do think it's cool. I think it looks cool. It's a little odd, but I think it looks cool. And I think that some of that kind of played into the decision of delaying purchasing of this gun. I waited quite a while, and I'm glad that I finally got it in. I got it in this summer. And let me kind of outline some of the reasons why I bought it and what that system is. The first, as far as system of use goes, firstly, I think defense is one of the main reasons. It is fun to shoot, but putting this gun to work would be defending my home. I live in the suburbs. I don't have a ton of property here at my house, and so having to shoot or engage something at a long range would probably not happen in my situation currently. So around the house, it's capable, it's short, it's compact, and it's lightweight. It seems a little easier to maneuver than potentially an AR would be, just because it is quite a bit lighter than an AR. I do have an AR pistol, which is very maneuverable and very short, so it would probably compete with that for home defense. The caliber being 9mm, I think gives it an advantage because I am not shooting rounds that are potentially leaving my house and going into neighbors' homes. The 223 has a potential to kind of overreach and overpenetrate. So in the home, I have some home defense rounds that I have in this gun that aren't going to fly too far past my intended target. So home defense is number one, being that it's a short to mid-range capability. The next is a truck gun. I don't like the word truck gun because I think that a lot of people use the truck gun to as an excuse to maybe buy something that they don't need, and then they can just say, oh well, it's a truck gun. And I don't want to be in that category. So I think for a truck gun, that just means that if I'm traveling on the road and I have to use a rifle, which would be a terrible scenario, but that's why we carry. If I had the capability of having a rifle that could potentially leave me to be able to defend myself from a longer range and have a little bit more accuracy in that mid-range. This 9mm is not going to go far. I don't have expectations for it, you know, outside of 100 yards for sure. 50 to 75, I would say, would be my range for it as far as being able to engage to defend myself, essentially. The other thing that I really like about this gun, I mentioned the ergonomics. Man, it's so comfortable. I love it's fun to shoot. It's easy to handle. It's easy to manipulate and maneuver, and that's kind of why I like it as a truck gun or as a home defense gun. Next is economy. The economy comes into play because I'm shooting a 9mm round that I already use for training on a weekly basis in shooting my Beretta platforms and my concealed carry gun. And so also I don't have to buy a special magazine. These magazines right here are Beretta magazines. They fit my Beretta platform pistols and they fit my my carbine rifle. This is a 32 rounder. These two right here are 30 rounders, and then here's your standard 92 FS, 92S, M9. These are the standard rifles. These are 15 rounders, which even having a 15 round in this gun is fine. That's a fair amount of ammo to have in a situation. So that leads me to the #1 reason why I bought this gun is compatibility. This gun and 9mm and these magazines are compatible with my my sidearm. So if I am grabbing a gun and a pistol, man, I've got compatibility and redundancy through my rounds and through my magazines. They can go either way. So I think that could be a big advantage, especially in that home defense scenario and in that vehicle rifle scenario. All right, so lastly is the capability. The capability of this gun is limited to the ammo. I have a little bit longer barrel on here than the one that I have ballistics information for. So my barrel might maybe add 100 feet per second. I don't know. It's about 4 inches longer than the one that I looked up. But your plus P rounds are pushing 1,800, even some 1,900 feet per second. That's 115 grains going pretty quick. It's compared to out of a 4-inch barrel, you're looking in the 11, 12, 1,300 feet per second range. So you're getting a bump of 3, 4, 5, 600 feet per second firing it out of this longer barrel. So that's a good sized bullet moving pretty quick. It's not 223 fast, but it's moving pretty quickly. And depending on the rounds that you're shooting, you could potentially have the ability to penetrate different barriers, targets, things like that. So in a home defense, vehicle defense, get home situation, I think that there's a lot of flexibility and capability. In addition to the capability, it kind of plays into the economics. We have ability to add a rail here. You can also add a small section of rail on this side, and then you've got this long Picatinny rail here. I'm guessing it's in the 10, 11-inch range. You've got stud mounts on the bottom here for a sling. You've also got a sling point connections here on the stock of the gun as well. So the compatibility with the economics allows you to run all of your same AR stuff that fits Picatinny. Put a scope on here, red dot, a Bushnell TRS-25 that I'm going to put on here. It's not in yet. I ordered it last week, and it'll be here soon. I'll put that on here. I think that's probably what I'll end up leaving on here. So I think that will probably be the go-to on here, and it supposedly will co-witness. It's going to give me some compatibility, some redundancy, and some ergonomics that I think are great for urban home defense. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thanks for watching. Hey, I've got a couple videos I'm going to put together and make one video for a review of this Beretta CX4 Storm. I really love this gun, and I'm going to put together a couple of clips that I've done to kind of form a review on it. I have a shooting video of it that I'll get posted, and I've also posted a disassembly and cleaning video as well. I'm going to show you my Beretta CX4 Storm. This is a 9mm carbine. So came with cleaning rod, and I'm honestly not 100% for sure what that is. I think it's probably a sight adjustment tool, but I need to look into that. The warranty is not in English. This is the little owner's manual. So interesting that it came in a different language. It came with 2 magazines, and one of the first things I noticed about these magazines is they have the cutout for the 92S. This gun is supreme quality. It is all polymer, so it feels very different than anything that you've probably felt before, but it points so naturally. So I'll give a couple close-ups here. You've got a sling capability here. You've got a swivel on the end. There's some magazines that go in right there. The gun is completely ambidextrous. You can switch the mag release. You can also switch the ejection, which side they fire out of. Takedown is really simple with one pin. There's another swivel stud right there, and then this one has a little bit longer barrel, which we'll talk about here in just a second. You also have the capability of adding a rail on each side. Those are available from Beretta. You have a magazine, or I'm sorry, a bolt release right here, and the safety is a little hard to get used to. Kind of like a shotgun where it slides all the way through. When you're going from fire to safe, you kind of just have to get used to manipulating that back and forth. Apparently these were new unissued rifles that were issued to, or that were in Russia. Classic Firearms got them in a surplus deal. They're stamped right here with an importer mark from PW Arms in Redmond, Washington. This barrel is actually longer than the one that was available in the States. This gun has since been semi-discontinued. It was available in 40, 9mm, and 45, I believe. This one's in 9mm, of course. It also has the capability of taking the Storm style magazines, which are just a little bit different than the 92 series, and there's an insert in here that allows you to take the different magazines. Primarily be a gun that I use in my truck. I would like to take it to some carbine classes and kind of train with it. I've shot it several times. The accuracy is amazing. The recoil, amazing. You don't even know you're shooting it. You've got very little rise. Follow-up shots are great. It's so comfortable. It's a little small for me as far as the length of pull is concerned, but I just push the optic out a little bit and I can keep my sight radius good. Shooting it is just, it's really fun and easy. The only way to describe it.